Welcome in, everyone, to a new episode here on Oil Tycoon, The Exodus. In this episode, we're actually headed back to the iron ore mine to take out all the iron ore that we have produced back there, get it sold, but then we need to get back here and unload our new combine that we have to get into that wheat field that is finally ready. After all of these months of waiting, we finally have our first field ready to harvest. And in this episode, we're going to get a couple productions, one to be able to make flour and the other to make the bread we need to feed our community. So let's get to it.
In a time not so long ago, one man rose from having little to becoming the man, owner of a vast oil empire just outside Frontier City. Once he had control of all the city's oil, he sealed the city's gates and shut the city down. During that time, war broke out between the citizens of the city and the corrupt city government trying to control its people. Many didn't survive the war, and those who did were growing hungry and desperate. When word came that the man who once doomed the city to destruction now offered a way of escape, people fled to a place that could bring them peace once more, a secret tunnel that would lead them to a tent city outside the walls. This is Oil Tycoon, The Exodus.
All right, now I got 100,000 liters of this iron ore. We can go get it sold off. And since the last episode, I actually was watching, Rambo Hacker Gaming and L Family Gaming Dad and a bunch of other guys that actually have this time-saving stock check. And I thought, well, boy, that'd be really nice to know where to sell it to really easily. And here's the iron ore. And, of course, most of it's in our trailer. So it's not going to show the actual amount we're going to get anymore. But, I mean, the best price is actually going to be taking it to the neighboring town, which is where we took the last load. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this over, deliver it. I also need to get our new heating plant set for automatic selling, since, of course, there is no sell points for the heat or the electric charge. So we're going to sell those and see if we can get a little extra money off of it. We'll just pretend like we're selling it to our community to heat their homes. But let me get on out to the neighboring town and get this load sold off so we can actually get to some of the other projects we have to do. All right, there we go. $318,000 in iron ore sales. But one thing I want to show you is our new TARDIS combine. Our train was able to find one in a few towns over and bring one back to us. We've never used the TARDIS before, so we're going to hop in it and see how it does at combining our wheat field. So let me go grab it and get it over there. I actually picked up this little TARDIS. I believe it's TARDIS is what this thing is. Maybe not. Let me check real quick. See what we do have here. That's right, it's a TARDIS. But it'll hold 125,000 liters. But now that I think about it, I don't think I'm going to use it. I'm actually going to go with this Riptide Windrower that Simulation Gaming Universe told me about in the last season of the Oil Empire. So we're probably just going to sell this dirt that's in that and use it to pick up our straw. Because our heating plant will use the straw, so I don't want to waste it. So that's what I think we're going to do here. But let me get in the combine, because that's what we're really here for, and get that field combined. But here it is, the new TARDIS combine. I mean, it's been out probably a couple months now, but we're just now using it here on this map. But we're going to throw it in the field. It's actually, if you go inside the cab, you can tell it's actually a Deutz-Fahr. Everything's designed around the Deutz-Fahr brand. But it has some higher capacities, which this is one of the lower capacity combines. We didn't go with the extreme one. Plus, it only goes 12 miles per hour. So I think everything TARDIS is big. Well, this one, not so much. Slow, smaller head, but you know what? It's not the biggest field in the world. So let's get over and get in that field and see how much wheat we can get out of it, and then get a couple productions built. There. Got a worker going. It's combining quite well. Doing our windrows, so we make sure we collect all the straw off of it. Actually, we'll go pretty quick. It'll actually go 12 miles per hour with the head on. So full speed all the time, I guess. This is with no mods turned on either. We don't have the real speed mod activated. Yes, it looks just like the base game Deutz combine to me. But we'll let him do that. We got our semi over here to be able to take the straw, or not the straw, but the wheat. Then we will go ahead right now and put in our new flour factory. Here, we've gone around and leveled out a good place for it. I think this will be enough to put both productions in. Switch over to productions, and I'm just going to use the the base game, the original one that came with Farming Simulator 22. Put it in here. That'll work just fine. We'll do a little bit of landscaping work to put a little gravel in to drop it off, but everything else will be pretty well basic like that, because I mean we're in the desert. You don't really have much gravel to work with. So we'll get that, and we'll bring our grain right over. Well, he's already got the one tank full. So we'll unload him, and then we will take that dirt that we have in the windrower pickup, whatever that thing's called, that pickup wagon that we originally had. We will go unload it, and then come back here and start picking up all this straw. Well, we did get $81,000 in dirt that was just sitting in this wagon all this time. Guess I could have sold that when times were rough in the past. Of course, $81,000 isn't very much when we're making gold and all kinds of this black gold as well. Got so much oil and LP gas in our storage facilities over here. Actually, if you look at the valuation of it, let's see if we go to the right thing. We have over $4 million in LP gas and another $1.6 million in the motor oil. So we got plenty of dollars there. And the petroleum by itself is $2.3 million. Of course, we're using that petroleum to make other products with. But we also, down here, the kerosene. We have all that kerosene we've produced, and we need to probably sell it, because right now we're $740,000. That's a better price than wherever we're going to get out of it. So when we're done harvesting this field, we're going to hop in the truck and we're going to load out that kerosene and get it sold off. But let me get in the field and get this straw picked up. Kind of forgot how much of a reach this thing has. We can get most of this field done in just a couple passes. Of course, there probably won't be a whole lot of straw in here, but hey, every little bit helps. We produce more heat, more electricity with this. I like that. As soon as I get this done, we're going to turn on the automatic selling to be able to sell all of our heat and electricity that we produce. Let's get this field finished up, and then we will go over there and get that turned on. Here we are at our heat plant. I'm actually going to go in here real quick and try to turn on these to automatically sell. Change output to selling for heat and electricity, and then of course we'll just keep storing the ash. It's, like I said in the last episode, not really worth anything. But hopefully this electric and this heat will bring in some money. So alright, let's get back to that field and get it finished up. Here we are with the last little bit of this field here. Another 5,000 liters, not a whole lot. I think it was 9,500 liters per fill up on this. So we got right around 25,000 liters total. But enough to definitely get our production going to start making some flour. Of course, I think our production will take it all. We don't even need to put any in our grain bin wherever it's at. There it is. So we'll take the rest of this and run it across the street, put in the flour mill, and start making flour. Yes, we didn't quite get to the 25,000 liter mark. So this really probably won't produce a whole lot of flour. I'd hate to have to buy more wheat somewhere. I wish we would have planted a bigger field, but we even had that fully fertilized. But that's all right. Something to start. I don't know how much bread we'll be able to make, but we'll be able to make some at least out of it. Let me get that dropped off. Get this turned on. All right, there we go. Turned on. Of course, very little wheat in there, so we're not going to make a whole lot. So 5 in, 4 out. So we're going to get probably right around 20,000 liters of flour. Not sure how much bread that'll make. We'll find that out probably in the next episode. Let me get back and get this straw finished, loaded up, and take that over to our heating plant. Maybe the straw will pay off a lot better than the wheat is paying off. We really haven't got a whole lot of this, but we've gotten almost 100,000 of straw, so that's good. Let me get this dropped in the plant, and I'm hoping at noon we'll be able to see if we made any money on our heat and electricity. Hopefully the money will go up. All right, here we are with the straw. Get this dropped off and get the straw turned on so we can start selling it as well, or not selling it, but making, let's see, straw. There it is, activated. It'll make heat and electricity as well, and also a bunch of ash that really is worthless. But that's okay. Get that dropped off. Now we will go back and get one of our flatbed trailers to be able to load out that kerosene. Actually, the time's almost to switch, so let's wait and see what we can get out of our production there. And we got a little bit of money in the editing. Hopefully I will have that pop up on the screen how much money we did get out of the heat and electricity. But like I said, let's get that flatbed and get some of that kerosene loaded up. Kind of starting to fill up with wood beams over there, so I just turned on the prefab walls as well to try to make more room so we can produce more than just the beams. But the biggest thing is all this kerosene. I'm sure, what was about 100 years ago, kerosene was a big selling item. Today's day and age, it's not used too much. Before we put our heating plant in, the community could use it to heat their homes with, but now it's pretty well non-existent. But let me get in here and see how many of these we can get loaded up on this trailer. Looks to me like we're going to get quite a few loaded up. Not sure if that's, well, it looks like that might be all we had produced. See if I can get close enough to get that last pallet there. Hate to leave one behind. Went for a minute. I thought, well, maybe we're considered full, but 62,000 liters. That's got to be plenty. I think our right across the road here in our pipeline's got the best price. So I don't know if I guess we have to just pour all these jugs into the pipeline. Let me get over and get them dropped off. I'm guessing they're probably not going to sell like they're supposed to. Maybe they will. Hopefully everything will drop down like it's supposed to do. But let's see how much we can get out of all this. Well, here we are, another day. Here it is February. We're actually going to go back and we're going to load this kerosene up again because I need to produce diesel. We actually ran out of diesel at our precious metals production. So I'm going to load all this kerosene out of here. I'm going to actually shut kerosene off because we want to start producing diesel again. So let me go ahead and activate that. And I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but I did notice when I went to pause my recording and then, resume it, I actually had it off. So I was actually taking out the parts I wanted and keeping the parts that I would normally edit out of the video. So unfortunately, it ended right about here where I sold this kerosene in the last little clip. So as you can tell, I have advanced a new day. But let me sell this off and then we're going to start producing some diesel. We do have a little bit of diesel at our big refinery across the road. So we're going to go over there and take all of that out and try to get our precious metals production back up and running. So see you in just a moment. There, we got 500,000 out of it yesterday, another 377,000 out of the kerosene today. So that's not too bad. Let me park this thing out of the way, and then we're going to go down and see what kind of diesel I do have to work with down at the old refinery. Well, it looks like it turned out I didn't wait long enough for all the kerosene to load in. That's full of kerosene again. Wonderful. Now I got to go grab the flatbed and try to come and load the rest of it. Now, one thing I did notice, I took the flatbed over to try to load the wood planks out, or the wood beams, and I can't get that auto load to load those. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it will not load them. So I guess I have that little flatbed trailer there. Maybe I'll grab the pickup and see if I can get that to load it, because it looks full. So let me run into the refinery here and see if I can find some diesel to spare. Well, great. One tote of it. I think it's probably just 2,000 liters. That's not going to go far, but I will take it because we need it. Let me see what I do have turned on here. Make sure I got the right stuff on this refinery. See, it's producing everything. Let's not produce gas anymore. We don't need it, which looks like gas. I was just going ahead and selling it. But yeah, diesel we're storing, so it should be coming out here. I don't know why. Selling, distributing, and just storing. I'm not sure why it won't give me any more. But that's okay. We got the diesel being produced across the road, so we'll take that. Of course, it looks like it put 4 liters in the truck first. The truck must have been 4 liters short, so that's why we don't have a total of 2,000 liters. Let's run this over to the precious metals and get that turned back on. There, a little bit of diesel, enough to get it going again. Park this here and we'll go get the rest of that kerosene loaded up so we can start producing diesel and not have the kerosene in its way. Now it looks like we have all the kerosene loaded on. Another 44,000 liters. So I will take it over and then we will grab the pickup and the other flatbed trailer and see if I can load those wood beams out. I'm really hoping that'll work because I don't want to have to bring the telehandler over to load them. But we'll go find out very quickly. Yeah, it looks like another $345,000 worth of kerosene sold. So kerosene really has brought in a lot of money. Because we didn't have that running for too many months. And it's produced that much. But here, like I said, I'm hoping this little flatbed up here will come back and be able to load those wood beams in. And if it doesn't, we need it for the flour. Our flour is ready to be able to take it over to the bakery. All right, let's see. Hey, it will. Of course, that's a close-up view. Load it all in. Perfect. I have two different auto load mods in, and sometimes they conflict with each other. Well, looks like we're still loading in more. See if I can get that last one before we head out. Oh, one more. There. Perfect. 13,000 liters of wood beams. Let me go sell these at the neighboring town, and then we will get that flour loaded up and brought over to the bakery. All right, $111,000, almost $112,000 worth of wood beams. That's pretty good for just some wood chips out of that timber that we used. Actually, no, that wasn't wood chips. Wood chips went to the heating plant. We used actual logs. Can't remember how many loads of logs we took up there. I believe there was 3 loads total. So that's still pretty good because we're still producing quite a bit out of it. We got more wood beams coming, more wall planks, several building materials. Let's get over and get that flour and get it delivered to the bakery. All right, this is maybe all the flour we've produced so far. Let's see if more spawns out. There might be more that comes out. Either way, this will be enough to start the flour production. Or not flour, but the bread production. That might be it. Let's run up here and drop this off and start making some bread. Yep, of course, you have more did spawn in. I figured once I pull away, it's gonna start. But here, we got some bread, so hopefully by the next episode, we'll have bread to eat. Well, that should do it for this episode here on Oil Tycoon The Exodus. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to slap that like button. And until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.
And Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the 2 tables of the testimony were in his hand. The tables were written on both their sides. On the one side and on the other were they written. And the tables were the work of God, and the writing was the writing of God, graven upon the tables.